Hegemony, a concept rooted in political science and international relations, refers to the dominance or leadership exercised by one state, group, or entity over others in a particular sphere of influence. It involves the ability to set norms, shape institutions, and influence the behavior of other actors through both coercion and consent. Hegemony can manifest in various forms, including economic, cultural, military, and ideological dominance, and it often involves a combination of power and legitimacy. Hegemony is fundamentally about power and influence. The hegemon, or dominant power, exerts control over the international system or a particular region, shaping the behavior of other actors to align with its interests. This influence can be exercised through military force, economic coercion, diplomatic pressure, or cultural appeal. Hegemonic powers often play a central role in setting norms, rules, and standards that govern international behavior. They establish institutions, treaties, and regimes that reflect their interests and values, shaping the international order to their advantage. For example, the United States has played a leading role in shaping the post-World War II international order, establishing institutions such as the United Nations, NATO, and the Bretton Woods system. While coercion is one means of maintaining hegemony, consent and cooperation are equally important. Hegemonic powers often use persuasion, incentives, and soft power tools such as diplomacy, economic aid, and cultural exchange to win the support of other states and maintain their leadership position. This consent-based approach helps legitimize the hegemon's authority and fosters stability in the international system. Economic hegemony refers to the dominance of one state or group in the global economy. This can take various forms, including control over key resources, industries, financial institutions, and trade routes. For example, the United States emerged as the preeminent economic power in the post-World War II era, establishing the dollar as the primary reserve currency and shaping the rules of international trade and finance through institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. Cultural hegemony involves the spread of one culture's values, norms, and beliefs to other societies, often through media, education, and popular culture. The hegemonic culture becomes the dominant frame of reference, shaping perceptions, identities, and behaviors. For example, American cultural hegemony is evident in the global popularity of Hollywood films, McDonald's restaurants, and English as a lingua franca. Military hegemony refers to the dominance of one state or alliance in terms of military capabilities and strategic influence. This can involve the possession of superior weaponry, control over strategic territories, and the ability to project power globally. The United States has been the preeminent military power since the end of the Cold War, with its vast military arsenal, network of overseas bases, and unmatched power projection capabilities. The Roman Empire's hegemony over the Mediterranean world during the 1st and 2nd centuries CE is a classic example of hegemonic dominance. Through military conquest, infrastructure development, and cultural assimilation, Rome established a period of relative peace and stability known as the Pax Romana, shaping the political, economic, and cultural landscape of Europe and the Mediterranean region for centuries. During the 19th century, the British Empire emerged as the preeminent global power, exercising hegemony over vast territories in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Oceania. Through its maritime dominance, colonial administration, and economic exploitation, Britain established itself as the empire on which the sun never sets, shaping global trade, governance, and culture. The Cold War rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union from 1945 to 1991 created a bipolar world order, with each superpower vying for hegemonic dominance. While the Soviet Union exercised hegemony over Eastern Europe and parts of Asia through its military alliance, the Warsaw Pact, and ideological influence communism, the United States emerged as the dominant power in the capitalist West, leading NATO and shaping the global economic and political system. Since the end of the Cold War, the United States has been the world's sole superpower, exercising unparalleled hegemonic influence across multiple domains. Through its military superiority, economic prowess, and cultural appeal, the United States has shaped the international order, promoting democratic values, free market capitalism, and liberal institutions. Examples of American hegemony include its leadership in institutions like the United Nations, its role as the guarantor of global security, and its cultural exports that permeate societies worldwide. In recent decades, China has emerged as a rising power challenging American hegemony in various domains. Through its economic growth, military modernization, and assertive foreign policy, China seeks to assert itself as a regional and global leader, challenging the existing international order and promoting alternative norms and institutions. China's Belt and Road Initiative, for example, aims to enhance its economic influence and connectivity across Eurasia and beyond, potentially reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the 21st century. Hegemony is a complex and multifaceted concept that encompasses various forms of power and influence. Whether economic, cultural, military, or ideological, hegemony shapes the behavior of states, institutions, and societies, defining the contours of the international order. While hegemony can provide stability and order, it also raises questions of equity, justice, and legitimacy, as dominant powers wield disproportionate influence over others. Understanding hegemony is essential for analyzing global politics, assessing power dynamics, and navigating the complexities of international relations in an interconnected world.